Hello everybody, this is JP3 here. Got a little bit of laryngitis, but I wanted to try to get this video out. This is the first in a series where we're going to be doing Halo 2 on Legendary. Definitely Deathless, hopefully Painless. There's a couple different strategies that I use here on Outskirts that take a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, but hopefully are ones that maybe the average Halo veteran player can replicate to make Outskirts much less painless, or much less painful rather, than it currently is. So we're going to get loaded up here, and I'm going to try my best to keep up, because with this level, the strategy elements of it really start out early, and then later on, as we get past all the wicked Jackal snipers, things kind of calm down in terms of the strategy, and you can kind of do what you want and be a little more freestyle. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get Johnson's beautiful sniper rifle. My apologies to the best comic relief in Halo history. We're going to go take that grunt out, optionally take that grunt out, and we're definitely going to need to get these Jackals. We have to grenade them. We don't grenade them both. I don't mind being bold at the first of stages in Halo 2 because, you know, it's at the very first of the stage, but main thing is here we want to fill up our battle rifle and fill up our sniper rifle with the ammo boxes that are next to that turret. And then we want to head back, book it right back into this little passage over here. And we're going to hope to goodness our Marines are really efficient so we don't have to waste some more ammo. It looks like they did a good job. So with that checkpoint, we need to get right in the spot. Crouch if you like. Don't crouch, it doesn't matter. We're listening for Jackal snipers. Alright, here they are. The first Jackal snipers, 3 of them appear on this roof right around this area. We're going to see if we can take them out. I think Johnson was really dominant against those snipers, so we're going to go back over to this exact area. Don't run over the ammo pouch, especially if you're out of BR. If you have some BR ammo that you need to refill there, wait until your BR is almost out before you get that. Go back, bathe yourself in that fire, come back to here and see if those Jackal snipers are still there. I'll explain why you do that in a little bit. So it looks like the Jackal snipers have been killed, but watch that corner, watch that area, because sometimes they'll kind of fall back and come back. Now, if those 3 are dead, it's the 4th Jackal sniper that's really going to dictate how we play the rest of this part of the level. First things first, we need to find out where he's going to spawn. He can spawn in 4 different places. One is behind that area there. If he spawns there, we have really no concerns about being sniped by him, but I don't like him over there because Johnson can actually kill him from over there, and that's no bueno, because if Johnson kills him, that means that another Jackal sniper will show up. They can only be here one at a time after the initial rush. The other places the Jackal sniper can spawn is on the 2 roofs that are in the buildings that are to our current right. If it spawns on the building that's to the far right, then it still can have a shot on us in this area and where I like to be in this area. But we also may be able to get a shot on it. Not the best place for it to snipe, for it to spawn and snipe from. If it spawns in the building that's right next to us to the right, then that's the best place for it to spawn because it has no shot on us. Johnson usually can't kill it, so it'll stay there for the entirety of the round. For this entirety of this little battle, and the Pelican will eventually kill it on the way out. The last place it can spawn is right above you. That can be a good thing if you're able to kill him, which is possible. Then you can get a beam rifle that'll up your ammo considerably. Now, as I'm standing here, one of the big fears that you may be thinking about is, what if those Jackals and the Elite spawn behind you? Well, that's why we're kind of going back and forth around this arena, around this area. But the reason I'm actually going over to this fire is for a totally different reason, and it's not really best illustrated here, but it has to do with what I like to do with the Jackal snipers and how I like to deal with them. So, to be honest with you, the best way to describe that's probably going to be in the next area whenever we face off against those. Right now we're in a really good spot, except for that we don't know where the Jackal sniper is, so this is kind of being prolonged. Honestly, I'm a little surprised because he usually shows up pretty quickly after you kill those first 3. This is kind of an oddity. It's RNG, but it's more or less prolonging things rather than necessarily putting our lives in danger, because we're not going past that door right there and putting ourselves in a position to be sniped. We are, however, watching and seeing if we can get some grunts. Kind of speed things along here. I like to come right to around this area every time I think that a new wave is about to start. I see the checkpoint done especially. That gives me the indication to come back over here. Now, since there's going to be a little bit of time here, and basically what I'm doing is kind of waiting, I will try to explain when I go back and quote-unquote bathe myself in that fire. Let's pretend that I had to take out all 3 of the Jackal snipers that first appear. So when I first peek out, given where I'm at, they haven't seen me, I take out one of them, but then now I've got their attention. Their alert level goes through the roof on Legendary and Halo 2. That's really the biggest problem with Jackal snipers, is their alert level so high and their accuracy is so great whenever they do have that they can 360 no-scope you like it's no tomorrow. However, if we go back and bathe ourselves in that fire, it reduces their alert level down to a point where we can peek right back out and almost always get another kill as long as we can line up the shot. We will be doing this alert level resetting at multiple times during this match. It is best illustrated on Regret, the level Regret, mission number 7. Once that video comes out, it'll be a heck of a lot easier to see how it plays out and how it gives you the advantage over the most feared enemy in all of Halo 2. Kind of feels like an exploit, but to me it feels a little more realistic. You go away for a little bit, you come back, it's not ready to snipe your head off as soon as you peek out. I think that's a little more realistic. I'm surprised it takes this kind of method to do it, but oh well. The reason I'm doing it now, in part, is because it kind of has the same effect on the grunts and the elites too. And plus it kind of makes it again where that whole Jackal, if the Jackals in the courtyard wave, if you're over there, then they won't spawn, so it'll just be another spawn of, you know, grunts and an elite that'll come from that end instead. The game just replaces the spawn. But to be perfectly safe from that happening, them coming up behind you, I like to get on top of the roof here and snipe from there. But we can't do that, surprisingly, this late into the match already, because we still don't know where the heck the sniper is. It's almost like the sniper has Johnson suppressed, even though I haven't heard it even fire yet. So now it's the bugger drone wave. So we're going to be peeking out, since I don't know where the sniper's at, but I know he's not right above me. I know he's not over on the rooftops or anything like that. He's not in an area where he can get me from there. Or I think we'd already have had him snipe a couple of times. Alright, I am, again, seriously at this point, I'm just waiting to hear a sniper fire, which I'm really surprised that I'm not seeing Johnson out being aggressive. I'm not seeing the sniper. But again, that little bit of RNG is not getting us killed right now. It's just prolonging this to where this video was longer than I want it to be. Now that I'm listening through my headphones, I almost thought I heard a Jackal, but I think it may have been a drone. Sometimes it's good to go on the old graphics if you're hitting, if you're in the new graphics and you're hitting geometry whenever you think you have a clear shot. So we get another checkpoint. I'm going to back up to over here, kind of keep this spawn point clear of Jackals and Elite showing up, or Jackals and an Elite showing up. And just having to wait here. The revolutionary element is that resetting that alert level that gives you a chance against the snipers in the way that, oh, I see the red dot. I think it's exactly, the sniper's exactly where I want him to be, of course. So I'm going to crouch jump up here. There it is. If you notice that the way that blinks on your map whenever a shot is fired as opposed to an enemy moving gives me the definite courage here to be up here, because I'm almost positive that that's where the Jackal sniper is. And again, the advantage is that Johnson can't kill him very easily, or I've never had him kill that sniper. What that means is the sniper that could spawn behind me to be on this roof will never show up as long as that one's alive. Plus, I get to be up here and have a little bit of a better shot at these enemies to speed this along. In Halo 2, yes, it would be much more fun if we could be out there battling close range, medium range, you know, kind of doing the dance, but in Halo 2 that's just not possible without having to risk deaths unless you don't mind doing that. Now I want to talk very quickly about that pause. I use, at this point, the Xbox One DVR, which only records for 10 minutes at a time. I set a timer for about 9 minutes and 30 seconds, and then I pause it when that timer goes off, and then I just have to restart the recording. But I assure you, this is all the same exact game, the same exact run. This isn't segmented in some way, shape, or form, except for, I guess, technically, because I can only record for 10 minutes at a time with that technology. Alright. Pop him in his eyeball, through his mask and such. This... If you notice, the jackals did end up spawning back here, but I was already up here. That is actually rare even when you're up here, it seems, but I was probably because I was standing in a way that was outside of that door frame, but up here. So, but we were safe from it, so we were good. If they spawn behind you, you better have a magic wand with you if you're going to survive it. All right, so notice again, we're kind of doing things with relative impunity. Now, if for some reason Johnson was able to actually shoot that sniper, he would probably be out and about and firing his BR and all that stuff, but I got a feeling that sniper's been up there all along. That's why Johnson has been suppressed. Otherwise, he's very active. Like, for example, if I had to kill a sniper instead of one spawning there where I want him to be alive, when you kill the sniper, Johnson's really active until the new sniper shows up. So I'm pretty sure at this point that our sniper up there is still alive. Of course, he has no shot on us as long as we stay in this area, and we can operate with relative impunity in this small little hidey hole. Over there by the blind skull, there is some grenades. Feel free to use those. I do something a little risky here. I go to get the ammo pouch or pack or whatever for the BR. I say it's risky because right after this wave, the Phantom wave, there is an definite, you can't stop it from happening, spawn of an elite and jackals. I've never been able to stop that spawn before, and so when that spawn occurs, that's really the only time you need to be on the roof. So we're gonna do our little crouch jump thing and get right back up here, and we're gonna finish off this wave. And because of the success of that grenade, we're gonna get the jackals and the elite fairly quickly. Once they come, the pelicans coming pretty soon right after that, and we'll be close to finishing with this little area here. Alright, when that jackal sniper starts shooting, especially if it hadn't shot for a while, either Johnson has peeked his head out or the pelican's about to show up. And we're getting pretty close to that pelican. So again, not the most fun level. I never claimed that Outskirts was fun level. I don't even think it's one of the funnest levels on Heroic. But this is a way to get past it without all the frustration and all the luck and RNG. This gives skill a chance to influence the outcome. So I hear the last, what I believe to be the last snipe from that Jackal sniper before he dies. I see Johnson out and about, totally confident, so I'm going to be totally confident as well. Throw that grenade over there for the heck of it, although that not conserving grenades will be a little bit of a theme later on, so we'll get to that when we do. Alright, so if you know a little bit about the ammo boxes, it doesn't matter how many you need. Unlike with a gun, if you touch it, it will disappear. So if you need one bullet, if you need all the ones that are in the box, it'll disappear, so be very careful. Make sure you're reloaded and all that stuff before you take them. Now, one thing that...
Their armor's too tough, Chief.
Thanks, Cortana. One of the things that you want to keep in mind when you get to this spot is you definitely want to make sure all of the enemies are dead besides these hunters before you engage them. Plus, this is not the best place to engage them from. As you see, the sword elite is still alive. I'm surprised I didn't get killed by that case. Again, some little mistakes in positioning here. I never claimed to have a perfect run here, but so instead of engaging from there, I'm just going to go around the long way and take care of these enemies from a medium range with the very long range weapon. Notice the golden sword elite's right there. He's really not a threat unless he sneaks up on us, so since I know exactly where he's at, I'm not worried about him. But now I'm going to make sure that these hunters don't kill me while I'm not looking. So I don't know if you know how to shoot the hunters with the sniper rifle, especially when they're facing you like that, but it's good to kind of go center left. The center shot will at least provide knockback, and then the left shot to the left to their side will give them either a major blow to their health, or B will give them death. In both cases, it gave them death. I don't know if they were a little bit weak or if I just landed maybe both shots on each, but now this sniper's one of the scariest ones in theory, but to be honest with you, his alert level is set in a manner that gives you just a small window to kill him before he hits that Halo 2 peak of just 360 no scope type stuff while you've hit him and he's laying down. So I usually just go really aggressive with him right off the bat and finish him off. He seems scary, but actually the scariest sniper in this level is coming up. It's only one of them that really scares me over here, but we figure out a way to take him out. We get lucky. One of the few times I'll have to say that. There's probably, well, we get unlucky, then we get lucky. Because the first thing I want to do before I go and fight this battle in the alley is hand these guys sniper rifles. Again, nothing too crazy revolutionary here. Hoping that your Marines, with their brute-like health, can withstand enough fire to kill. Essentially what you want them to do is to kill the second ground sniper. There's 2 ground snipers, 2 ones in the burned out building, and then there's 2 other ones that we don't have to worry about from back here yet. So this is a very rare occurrence for me. I kind of bonked this. I don't really know what went wrong. I thought I swept right across his face there. I didn't somehow. So this is where a run usually dies, because you've made a mistake or the game hasn't registered a headshot when you feel like you clearly got one. I screw up and hit the geometry with that effing grenade. It blows away the cover that I usually like. So again, anyone, including me, like the last 3 times I've done this, can do a better job than that. These guys get eaten alive after my little BR tantrum there. And so I get a quick shot in on that guy because, I don't know, I was thinking this was a dead run. So this is a part of that resetting alert level thing. This is where it's a little more easy to show, but I'm not going to lie to you. That ground sniper that you don't kill at the first, oh man, he does not respond to this very well. But he does respond to it here, and I'll try to explain why. So I'm going to peek out, and actually I think what I see here is the regular shield jackals, and they've made an appearance early, which sometimes they tend to do. Notice how I hit geometry there that's not supposed to be there. I throw that grenade over thinking that I'd actually kill him because I threw it right at him, but oh well. So the reason why I got that sniper is part luck and part because I reset his alert level enough to where, again, it wasn't that immediate kill that you normally get. But the best way this is illustrated, well, would be with a better alleyway here, but another really good way to illustrate this is with the next 2 snipers. Heck, even 3 of the next 4. So one of the things that happens here is I'm going to try to peek out to get shots on the snipers, but instead these idiots alert. And so when they alert, it screws up the whole thing, and now, you know, and since my cover right there is gone, I'm trying to let's go blow it, at least blow it out of my way. And meanwhile, at the same time, wasting grenades that I will miss later on. I'm going to go back over here and do the whole alert level resetting thing again. It's a little tedious, but because of the adrenaline that's usually flowing when you deal with these guys anyway, plus with the fact that it's really tedious to have to die or have to get that one run where you snipe everybody before they can snipe you, I don't mind having to do it, and I hope you don't either. So the other Jackal snipers went to get cover, or Jackal, Shield Jackal, so we're going to take these 2 snipers out. Notice how he's not even paying attention. And we're able to get the snipe on him before he even has a chance to react. Same thing's going to happen with this guy, and I don't think most people have ever dealt with these Jackal snipers in this same way on legendary difficulty. We catch them off guard because, I mean, doesn't it kind of make sense? You walk away for a while, they start looking at other, you know, there's bombs going around, you can hear the ambient little, you know, war sounds, you know, why would they be ready to 360 no scope you? Ignore the drones, get this guy first. Alright. Oh, the music's still playing in the original. And I guess he was the guy I hit when I was being too risky and an idiot earlier. So I only went down the one shot to the body. So get rid of these drones. They're the next order of business. We're going to do this. We're going to try to do this in a very scripted order, if you will, and the drones are up next. This guy shoots me... Oh, I no-scope him. Hold on. This guy shoots me like once, and I don't know how my shields are gone. There's your time to kill for Halo 2, ladies and gentlemen. In a ridiculously very tiny window of time. So now this Jackal sniper is really not scary because he usually sees us, but he hits the geometry. It reminds me of a couple Jackal snipers in Regret that we'll talk about when that video comes out. So now the goal theoretically would be to goose the cloaked elites out. Oh, we got one more drone. Do not go past that case. No matter what you do, try not to go past that case before these cloaked elites are out and dead. Now, I, for some reason, have a lot of trouble getting these guys out, which made me question something. It made me think that maybe, just maybe, the guaranteed way to get them to come out is to kill all the enemies in the area, which would mean to kill the sniper that's on the right, parked on that roof. But now I'm out of grenades, which usually does the trick. Usually if I throw it in that corner, over by those stairs, or over through those arches, usually that gooses them out. But for the love of God, again, we're kind of back to where we were at the beginning, where the enemy behavior, the RNG of it, can prolong the strategy. But I still feel like you're safe, as long as you don't go past the crate. And as long as you don't go so much to the left that this sniper up here presents as a problem. But I've never really been that scared of him either back here, even if he can see you. He doesn't move a lot, but he can move, so don't get too risky. And that killed the green shield Jackal, I'm pretty sure, because I don't see him again after that. And that's usually kind of where he stands. He's usually the last person we kill, but in this case he was one of the earliest because he came out early, and in our attempts to goose out the cloaked elites, he became collateral damage in that effort. Alright, so now I'm going to go over here back where I got the sniper rifle ammo. There are grenades over here. Boy, I'd really like to have 7, 8 grenades for the section after this, dealing with the snipers that are on the rooftops, but we'll have to improvise a little bit, as you'll see later on. One of the mistakes I made coming out of the initial arena around the crash site was that I did not police for sticky grenades. That was a mistake that I made. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up this sniper rifle, because I don't believe there are any more sniper rifle ammo boxes around here. Well, there are. There's ones that are way down there and to the right, but for some reason I guess I just saw this beam rifle and felt like, oh, okay. So I get that sniper's attention. The reason why he wasn't attending to us and ready to kill us so quickly is because I had came all the way over here, and in my efforts to get the grenades had reset his alert level. So notice again how his alert level wasn't so high that we were dead meat. He kind of bounced up. Oh my God, there's a big paper tissue armor-clad soldier right there. Let me put a round through him in a minute. Oh, he's gone. Now his alert level will be reset again, and we'll take him out with extreme prejudice. Hopefully with one shot. Now watch this. Great example of it here. I think he's even looking at us, but he's not. Again, that alert level isn't kicked up to the nth degree. So having them all killed, I think, may be what works here. I don't know how to ghost these guys out reliably. Sometimes it happens immediately. Other times it takes till now. Just be sure and run back, because it's almost always this pairing. Sometimes I think I've had two of the plasma rifle ones before, I think. Either way, be careful. Alright, so now we've got this area clear, so we can look around for grenades that we won't find. So, yeah. So what do I talk about during this part of the insanity? So, I guess it was like 2-ish weeks ago, So, alright, so I watched Actman's videos. Not all of them all the way through, I'm sorry. But I watched Actman's videos when he did the Deathless run for Combat Evolved on Legendary. And it made me think, wow, that looks really, really fun. But I'm a little scared. But I'm almost 39 years old. Turned 39 the 24th of this month. I bought Combat Evolved when it came out. Roughly about the time it came out. So I was 22 when it came out. So I've played it for a long time. And I hadn't played on Legendary in a while. I think I played on Legendary whenever, about the time MCC came out, and like playing it all the way through. Okay, I need to stop. All right, I'll go back to that story. All right, so now we're on the rooftops. We're not going to skip past these guys, of course. Be very, very careful here. Do a very slight jump there. Ease out. This guy's scary if he sees you because he'll go hide and then you won't know where he's at. Throw a grenade right there. And he's dead. Yes. Now jump over this just like that. Jump over here. Come to here. Right about there. Throw a grenade and bing, bang, boom. Turn on scoring. It makes this so much easier. So those two are dead. We have 3 more to go. Jump over here. When you cross a magic line on the top of this, the Jackal sniper to the left on the roof will show up. We're going to cross it right here. As soon as he runs up, we're going to back up. Don't try to shoot him while he's running. Then come back and find the dot. Now you only have 2 left. Now normally I'd like to have stickies here. Oh, I'd love to have stickies here. They make this so much easier and even funner. So come right to this square, gently, carefully, right to this square. These Jackals, I've never seen them not here in this mode here. If you can stick this guy with a grenade, he usually kills both him and his buddy. Oop, up, jump up here. Jump up here. Get out of there. Don't be greedy. Don't be, what? Oh, don't be greedy. Just, nope, no, no. I can't even explain my own actions here. You probably would do a better job of resetting this guy's alert level, which for me has always worked to go all the way to the back of the roofs. But I don't know. I guess maybe I was just kind of curious, and when I saw him there, it was just too tempting. Just too tempting. The Jackal sniper doesn't move very much. He usually stays in the exact spot where we found the other one. So about there's good. About there's good. And now I think I was looking like, was there like grenades up here that I've never seen before? No. That's the simple answer, the short answer. All right. I'm always curious if one day I'm going to do this and the Jackal sniper will have moved. So I kind of gently, carefully, and I'm looking around. But yeah, he's just going to stay right there. Ah, yes. Now, all snipers in this area done. We're past the hard part, the crazy part, the one that drives people insane part. It took us 27 minutes, but we're past it. Wrong side. Alright, now, there's still ways to die in this level. I'm not going to say that anything I do from here on out's any more special than anything else anyone's ever done. I tend to be a little more patient, tend to take a little more time, I tend to kill a little more enemies. Don't kill them all necessarily, but... So this guy, we're definitely going to have to kill him. He angles that toward us. That'll chew you down in a second. So we find the right angle and edge. And that Ultra is down. But a theme of this second part of the mission here is Marines dying very fast. So as soon as you see plasma rifle burst there, you back up. And take the easy way out. Well, at least the easy way out for me. Alright, so I get this kill. To me, I thought I killed the 2 grunts just then. I didn't think a double kill would happen given the gap of time between those 2 kills, but I didn't, and I almost get screwed. Oh, way too close for comfort there. So this kind of throws me a little off whack, out of whack. Make sure he's dead. So I decide to go, you know, normal heroic here and have some fun. Pick up some dual-wielding plasma rifles. What could go wrong? He somehow gets a grenade off while being shot to pieces and his arms are down by his side. But oh well. That's Halo 2 for you, right? Now we're going to snipe the grunts. The grunts are the most important because they throw grenades and blow up the warthog. think I got mesmerized by that dude's hand. It's still waving. It's waving at me. Be careful for that. And oddly and interestingly enough, you need to be careful for this. I've never seen him come up that fast. And I know why now. Because the Marines that usually occupy him are dead. But, hey, we still got the Marines down here by the old Warthog, right? They're going to chew through those ghosts with the 50 cal, right? I come up here because just something in my gut said, well, there's usually 2 elites that come out of there. Where's this other guy at? He's not here. And then I come down here and make a huge mistake, thinking that maybe, just maybe, I can, you know, take out these elites and me with my dual wielding, and then with the 50 cal. We don't need any hard pings, right? We don't need to get any headshots. We can just, you know, waste them with plasma and big bullets. Alright, come down here, get some cover. Realize that the geometry eventually gets in our way here. Right there, so go back to the old graphics so we don't do that again. Boy, it's not just their shield strength. It's the recharge. Oh my god, they're already dead? Are you kidding me? How did they die so fast? They literally have the health of like a brute. So what I should have done there is play the Halo 2 game the right way, which is headshots, headshots, headshots.
The highest concentration of Covenant
Sticks and
troops
headshots.
directly below
It
the
is the more skillful way, but
They want you
with
to
Halo
get
2
on board.
Legendary,
That
most of the time
bridge
it's the
is
only
most
way.
direct route to the city
Alright.
center.
Do not go any further than this to do that. Do not go any further to do this before you do that. What? Hold on. Do not go any further than this. Turn on the old graphics. Unless... Well, I think I just missed him. Now I don't think I had any geometry, any weird anything happened there. So now the snipers are down. Thank God, right? Since we don't have a Marine, we're going to have to do this cheese style. Cheese, cheap. Cheapy cheese. But this is not exactly the most undangerous thing you could do, especially if that ghost was still in play. But as soon as we start putting fire on him, just like the way the Banshees will, it tried to skedaddle. It was not successful. It ran into stone and, well, got stuck. That's right, sir. We're out of sniper rifle, so we need to go pick up this one. And when I mean too sweet, fast, quick, very important. Unless you hate sniping and have some better way of killing enemies in Halo 2 from distance. So nothing over there, right? Yeah. Nothing over there. No threats. We're gonna take out the grunts that can grenade us. You little hider. Oh, really? How many times did you shoot me? How many times? And I've got to shoot you 3 times with the most powerful weapon in the game that doesn't explode. You can ride past them. But this is so fun. Alright, that sniper rifle is used up, so we're going to go get the other one, of course. We've got the BR as our backup, just in case there's any grunty grunts hiding around. Gruntlets, as my 6-year-old son likes to call them. Gruntlets. So yeah, back to my old story. So yeah, 39 years old, almost, February 24th. 39 years old, played this game for a very long time, but off and on. Hadn't played on Legendary in a while. Hackman got me motivated, so I filmed a whole bunch of those with the Xbox DVR and stuff, and then, you know, I saw the video about how hard Halo 2 is, and boy, golly, is it not obvious as soon as you start playing this Legendary after playing Halo 1's Combat Evolved's Legendary. And I just feel like hard is not the right word. I don't think unfair is quite the right word either, but it's something in between those two. But if I had, which I did keep them, if I could make a reel of my deaths, my fails, which I probably will, for Combat Evolved, I don't know how many videos I had. I'd probably like 12, 11, 13.
This is the place to be,
I think I had 13 fails just getting this thing right. Just trying to figure this thing out. This level alone. And grave mine, I don't even want to talk about grave mine yet. We'll get to that one later. Still got some trauma regarding that one. Alright, so yeah, probably wise to grab the rocket up here and jump right back down. Really, it's really the wisest thing. I only realized that now. However, it's not the funnest thing for me. By God, I like getting up here and tearing stuff up with these power weapons, of which there are a copious amount, by the way, in Halo 2. One of the best things about Halo 2. You're never fully feeling underarmed in this game. That Jackal sniper is rarely a threat from here, but make sure and take him out before you do much of anything else past this little building. I've never had him shooting him from there. But, I don't know, maybe prioritize him anyway, just in case I'm wrong. I don't think I've ever had to worry about him, except for that I always make sure and shoot him before I go any further. So yeah, the funnest thing for me is to get up here and, you know, rock ass. It's not the best idea for them, though, because they immediately, like robots, run down there, grab my warthog that's rightfully mine, and then start riding it around till they're dead. So yet again, the Marines die very fast. Usually they're riding around and doing stupid stuff and I can barely get them to stop. I should show you my other video that's a lot longer than this one. My first Deathless run on this doing that method. Actually, yeah, that method. My God. I literally got mad and threw a plasma grenade and blew up the warthog because they wouldn't stop. So as soon as I walked up to a certain point, I saw these guys coming, so I had to move back. Missed this guy like 1,000 times because he's hitting the indestructible geometry. So, needless to say, it's a little risky. Probably, you know, if you really want to, you know, guarantee the old Deathless thing, you might want to, as soon as you see them, come up here, as opposed to staying down there and trying to get a cheap, you know, quick shot or something. So the rocket's not working. Let's see if we can snipe him out of this thing. And I mean, yes, it's an elite ultra. What an idiotic thing to try to do. So that's 2 snipes. He dodges that rocket. It's 2 snipes, 1 rocket. Another snipe, 3 snipes. I don't think that hit him. So 3 snipes, 1 rocket. 3 snipes, 2 rockets. 4 snipes, 5 snipes, 3 rockets. This is leading to a point. Besides the fact that elite ultras are massively overpowered. So, watch this. That ghost got a little tiny bit of damage. You can see a little sparky there. Let's just end it right now. Alright. So, I think some people know this, but I don't know if most people do. Halo 2 vehicles work very differently. All of them work very differently than vehicles do in any other Halo, particularly Halos going forward. The best way I can describe Halo vehicles is this. The vehicle doesn't die, you die. So notice that we could rocket the Elite Ultras Ghost like 3 times and snipe him X amount of times and nothing really happened. We do it the first time with the Elite Miner and he's dead, right? Notice how he appeared out of nowhere. Yeah, again, I don't know if unfair is the right word every time. I don't know if too hard is the right word every time, but it's something in between there. I mean, come on. He just appeared out of nowhere. How fair is that, really? I mean, I know things have to spawn in, but right next to me, really? So yeah, you don't have to. I don't worry about this ghost. I don't need a fresh ghost. As long as my shields are at 100%, the ghost is as strong as it's ever going to be.
Odd, I know, but it does help explain why they came here with such a small fleet.
But if my shields are low, and I take a shot and I die and the ghost is ready to go, then it'll blow up too. But it's not going to blow up until you die. Or unless you're outside of it, of course. So we get lucky here. I say lucky. I knew the warthog, but we get lucky in that it gets stuck and I don't have to spend like 30 minutes trying to figure out how to get in this thing without them running me over or just blowing them up out of sheer frustration. Don't ask me why he runs right there and then gets hurt by the slightest nudge. I was hoping he would dodge, you know, but... So now we're going to get Rocket Hog, and you can kind of figure out how the rest of this goes. Oh, you're welcome. So we're going to get in this thing, and we're actually going to do some Rocket Hog Where are you going? Usually if you try to run him over and he does that dodge thing, usually that gooses the programming, the scripting or whatever, and he gets in. Alright. So I do not run around willy-nilly with Rocket Hog, despite the apparent dominance that we should be exhibiting with this badass little lineup here. I like to hang back because of the turrets, and I mean, you can see my shields. I mean, how many times did I get hit? Those guys scare the crap out of me with their grenades. Again, if the elites get a good shot on you, but to be honest with you, I'm not dealing with it now, but this can kind of be a little dangerous here. Sometimes they'll try to shoot through the floor to kill those people that are down there and blow you up. So be careful there. Alright, I triggered those buggers and run away. Because that's Halo 2 for you, baby. Trigger and run away. Trigger, reset alert level. Trigger, run away. Take long shots. But it's safe. It works. And it's really not as bad as you think. Alright. 5 buggers. They got 2 of them. I got 3 of them. Let's skedaddle. Alright. Okay. Yeah. Alright. So anyway, decided to try to see if there's some way I could make this painless. The way that Combat Evolved felt, except for in one part on 2 betrayals. And that took me a week, the Combat Evolved thing, about a week to get all those levels. This, did I say 2 weeks earlier? I meant to say 3 weeks-ish, maybe 3.5, I don't know. I have to look at the dates on the Combat Evolved videos to know, because it was like one after the other. And this is, I mean, immensely longer process, and this whole thing of resetting alert level really came from trying to master Regret. Regret happens to be one of my absolute favorite stages in all of Halo history, especially on Heroic. On Legendary, I was ready to, oh man, it was giving me really bad negative thoughts about one of my favorite levels, my absolute favorite boss fight in Halo history, everything about it. It was killing me to start hating that level. And somehow magic happened. I wish I could tell you how or what the eureka moment was, but when you watch that video, that's where that resetting alert level really becomes clear. That being said, there's 2 other major strategies I use on there. Well, one major strategy I use, and then another one involves just the general approach to the Regret boss fight on Legendary that has worked for me multiple times in a way that I hope I can explain it. I don't know if it's quite revolutionary, but I've got it to the point now where I do not in any way, shape, or form dread that fight on Legendary. I never dreaded it before, but on Legendary, yeah, I was getting there, but once I figured out how to do it, and I'm not going to tell you I know exactly when the enemies spawn, or exactly where they're going to spawn, or exactly how to direct Regret over here or there. It's more of a general attitude and approach with that fight that'll save your life and make it bearable. And notice here how I'm letting, I was letting the other Warthog take the damage. Decided to get in front of it. And you saw what happened. They ended up shooting me instead. I'm not really pissed about that. I did run right in front of the gun there, so I'll take the blame for that. And with concentrated fire and rockets, we might have the shadow down in the next 2 minutes. I think that's what those things are called, shadows. Notice how I'm doing the wagging and weaving. I'm not really sure how much that helps or works because the accuracy on these turrets and Legendary is so ridiculous, but I think it works well enough. I think it at least spreads out the damage, so I'm not taking too much of it. The rocket guy is not taking too much of it. The gunner's not taking too much of it. That's what I hope is happening there. The Warthog's taking most of it because, again, the Warthog won't die unless we die, unless I die. Mainly I. That thing can be on fire. I don't care what's wrong with it. As long as my shields are full, I ain't worried about that Warthog. Waggling and wagging. I like how I do this. Every time I point, it seems to shoot. I'm not sure if that's making him shoot, which some people have theorized with other Halos, like what you're pointing as what they're most likely to shoot, with your little arrow there. Stop right there and shoot that guy before you do anything. Whether you stay back here and play coy, that goes to stuck, and then do the same thing with this guy. Those turrets will eat you alive. Those boring little hardly visible turrets, the other turrets they have with the red, they have nothing. They have nothing on those turrets. They're like the Halo 3 turrets. They'll just chew you to bits, chew you to pieces. Except for it's really only on Legendary in Halo 2, but you really notice that. In Halo 3 it can be on normal and you notice it. We'll get to Halo 3. I'll do a Halo 3 series, but it will never, know which everyone will be calling it anything revolutionary. Most people can get through that one pretty well. So we are almost done. Believe it or not, in less than 45 minutes, we are through Outskirts. No deaths. I thought it was pretty painless. A little bit of patience was required, sure, but we got through it. So please, this is my first commentary that I'm posting. Let me know how I'm doing. If you like this stuff, like and subscribe. It'll make me more motivated to get it out. This is JP3 signing out. Sayonara, goodbye, and thank you very, very much.